All right, great day, everyone. Just getting it looks like the live stream might be working properly today on YouTube. Maybe, not sure exactly. And my angle is different because I'm having to use a different camera today. So I'm working on the backup. I'm using the backup camera instead of my webcam. So gonna get some tunes going. My kids are off to camp, so I got to be done in about 30 minutes today. So spent more time troubleshooting, been crazy, crazy busy. I feel like since my kids stopped school, I have not stopped moving. So I've been busy, busy. Let's get into it. All right. So we are the 7th of July today. Boom, right there. So that's going to give us some 5 in 7 and 5 energy for numerology fans. All right, let's clean this up. Let's check out the different levels. Tesla is on there. Rocket Lab is on there. If you guys have any, that you want me to check out, let me know. We will definitely put it on. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm so used to looking right here in front of me where you guys get to see me. Now it's like coming up like this. So, all right, you guys can see right here the July level 621. It's moved up 621.82 there. I might need, you know what? I think I'm going to have to change that color because that's a little too close. I think I'm going to go blue like that. Okay, because see, I had the wrong amount. 617.34. 617.34. That pinkity is not the right for me. So let's change that color again. You guys get to see all about it. All right, 550. 550.33. COGT, you got it. Let me put it over here. COGT, we'll check. Oh, I wrote it wrong. COGT. I wrote GOCT. Go to Connecticut. All right. The Russell, just checking the levels again and changing that color because it bugs me. All right. 218 even. Also, let's go to Forex Factory. Let's check out our announcements today. None. USD. Apply filter. Boom. Let's go to this week. It's not going to let me show this week, is it? This week. And then I'm going to have to do that again. Filter. None. USD. Apply. All right. So, BRICS Summit yesterday, today, all day. No announcements tomorrow. Wednesday, FOMC meeting minutes. Many times it will do exactly what it did 3 weeks ago. And then we have unemployment claims. So could be a little boring or same movement unless Trump opens his mouth again. Federal budget balance. We already saw that great big beautiful bill yet passed. We have the cover of Barron's. Not 24, we're looking at 25. So this looks like Asian dim sum. So it's looking like Asian dim sum there with a mountain. This looks like stock market mountain, right? With some snakes around it, maybe at the bottom. We've got pharmaceuticals, gold, maybe sushi, power, dollar bill, butterflied. Maybe the dollar bill is going to crash and gold is going to move to the upside. And we have like a crystal ball on the octopus. And maybe those are little pots of gold. Gorging on ETFs. Exchange traded funds are expanding like never before. How to find winners in an overcrowded field. So if we start to see that they are very much buying into an ETF, that's also going to create buying in the stock in general, right? All right, let's go over here. Fear and greed today, 78 for regular fear and greed. And crypto fear and greed, 52. So I'm thinking maybe we see crypto move to the upside today. All right, let me just check on DIA over here. We checked that out. 218 even. DIA. Again, AJ put in what he or she would like to see. So if you have something that you would like to see, then please put it in the chat. We will definitely check it out. All right, let's create this list over here. Rocket Lab today, rocking it. So we got Rocket Lab advancing today. All right, I do check on the float so that I know how quickly it's going to move. So that's 456 million. We have the daily point of control, which is right here since earnings at 35.44. We'll take care of the short volume. Ooh, 35.44. Let's try that again. All right, let's look at our favorite Nvda. Pulling back today. Interest rates are going to be great for tech stocks, because of all of the money that they have, what's the word? Money that they have lent out, borrowed money. There you go. Even on the weekends, I am moving and grooving all day long. So I've been back and forth. Great day, Asif. 30.4 million here for RGC. Big money is at 22.44. Let's put it actually over here to the earnings. 22.69. All right, Circle again. Circle is doing its thing. Circle, 116. And for fun, let's throw another one on over here from here. All right, it has not moved. 179.34. Okay, 116.88 for Circle. Oh, 14 million. Probably had more in the offering. All right, daily point of control is at 116.88. All right, TCOM. This one has been exploding. Most recent big money level is at 61.04. Above that, we could see it might go to 60. So this is definitely moving. This has 651 million. Big money was below. They brought it down. They're moving it up. And we're seeing maybe this gets stuck at 60.80. So could be really interesting. Hold on. I'm going to take it off. It has no volume this morning. But it is an interesting chart. RGC, Circle, APGE. Let's see APGE. Great IPOs this week. All right, this is where I go for the IPOs. Market, watch, IPO. It has the calendar. They typically are always on a Thursday or a Friday. There are no IPOs this week. Future IPOs? Recently priced? I don't see any IPOs this week. Do you have a list or a website there, Asif? I don't have any coming out. No upcoming IPOs. Let's see. Stock market IPOs. I usually always go to Market Watch and it has it right there. So there's none. Calendar, let's see. Okay, very weird. Well, anyways, the other one wasn't working. So we have one today. Interesting. Usually they're always on Thursdays and Fridays. Because of drumming up business, it's better for announcements, for a Thursday for book release, for movie announcement, for anything. Thursdays are a great day for marketing. MAMP, so Max is making. Mason Glory and 10 League International and Globaterra. So interesting coming up, and then no PIs have been scheduled after next week. IPO dates are rarely set 7 days in advance. Interesting. All right, there you go. A little side note there. I don't even know how I got up off of that page. All right, APG, poppin' and tappin', it looks like. This is a low float, crazy runner, it looks like, but could be super profitable. These low floats that have less than 50 million tend to be very fast moving. TCOM. No, TCOM is no volume. All right, let's go back over here, do it by volume. SBET. There you go. Remember they said a couple weeks ago to look at online betting? SBET looks so ready to pop. So ready. 64.1 million. Looks like this wants to pop back on up to 37. Right now, point of control, 1031. All right. So here's an interesting thing. Everybody's like, Jane, can you tell me what's a good pick? Jane, can you tell me this? Tell me, I want to invest. So tell me. I'm like, listen, I'm not a financial advisor. I was at one point in time. However, I can give you my opinion on something, but you have to do your own due diligence. I can tell you why I would go into it, but you have to do it yourself. So like somebody said, what do you see for Rigetti? I see that it's, you know, it's moving to the upside. It's testing up here. There has a potential for this to move higher. But again, you have to understand the reason getting into it. Are you going into it for a long-term trade? Are you going into it for a short-term trade? What is your reasoning? So a lot of people get frustrated with me because they're like, why won't you just tell me? Well, first of all, I'm not licensed to. But I have been in the stock market for 25 years and I'm sharing my experience with you. So this is what I see, and you have to analyze it the way that you see fit. But there's so many people that know nothing about trading. They want to get into it and want the quick instant. That's not how it works. I'm sure Asif can attest to it. That's not how it works, right, Asif? It is, you got to do your studying, you got to learn how to trade, and then you go forward from there. Webull is down as well. Hood and Bull. So these little side ones, Webull is actually owned by China. I know at one point when I was working with Ticker Talker, they wanted to really partner with them. You can see volume is increasing here. Price somewhat decreasing. Big money is at 1269 there. Is that the most recent? Hold on, let's put this from the most recent. Most recent, it's at 1091. Right there. All right. So I'm going to post it out on Twitter. So bear with me while I get that open. What? How was your holiday? You guess Gemini, eToro, and Circle already did IPO. I think so. Let's see. eToro. Yep. So that one IPO'd May 25th. Circle and Gemini. Crypto. Gemini dollar. But there's no... Maybe Gemini is still due to come. All right, let me pin this to the top. Oh, you know what? I didn't put Rocket Lab on. Yeah, I did. I'm tired, guys. When you have to start taking care of your parent and they're losing it, it's not any fun. What the heck happened here? All right, let me put the limits. Oh, yeah. 625, 34. Oh no. All right. All right. I'll deal with that later. I don't know what happened, but I did something and messed up my chart. I can deal with that later. All right. Let me tweet out here what we are going over. Do, 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 do. Rocket Lab, RGC, Circle, APGE, SBET. You know what I haven't checked on in a while is Apple. I feel like everyone, Tesla and Nvda, have been taking the show with, I'm just going to do it like that. There we go. There we go, post. And then we will do one of the cryptos. Do, 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 do. All right. So let's get into the cryptos. Please do activated charcoal. They are putting chems in the water. Oh yeah, for sure, Asif. I do zeolite. I do all sorts of detox. Even done a gut biomucus cleanse with activated charcoal, bentonite clay, lemon juice, chia seed to clear out the biofilm inside my intestines. I do a lot of body cleaning. We must. The food is not that natural. But let's get into crypto. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, so Jane, what do you do? Why should I follow you? Looking at the wrong camera. Have it. So I follow the really big money. For July, you can see they sold, I got to change the color. For July, they sold at 109,470 and 54 cents. How do I know this they sold? Because the price action is below. So I will say longer term, let's stay above it if they were buying and we go with them long, or below it and go short if they were selling. So right now, this is an older level from back in April 1st. So April 1st, it's 103. So there's a good chance they could be bringing it back down to 103,923. So for now, our daily is 109,470. And the intraday, what is intraday? Well, that is just for today's trading day, right? For crypto, for Forex, for commodities, that starts the night before. So that's why I go back to the night before when everything starts right here on the chart. Big money for intraday for today's trading day is at 108,751. 108,751 and 70 cents. So right now, where are we? We're below it. So that's what I look at. We're below the big money on the daily. We are below the big money on the intraday. So right now, let's go through the other ones and then we'll map out some of the day trades and then we will get faster and faster. So right now, we're looking at 250 for Ethereum, 2595 and 24 cents. Nope, 2595 and 24 cents for the daily POC, and for the intraday right here, the red and the yellow, that's going to be 25.75 and 16 cents. All right, XRP since July, 2.2714, and then over here intraday 227.27, 2.2727. Boom. All right, let's go to Doge. I love the dancing doggy. 0.17199. So 0.17199 for the daily. Intraday, we have 0.17270. 0.17270. All right, and for Solana over here, since July 1st, we are at 152.45. Moved up, 152.45. And for intraday, 151.94. 151.94. All right, let's bring it back to Bitcoin over here, and let's map it out for a potential day trade on Bitcoin. All right, so on mine, I have the parameter set up here with the 70% between 70% of the volume is between 108.598 or 109.131. So we'd have to go outside of that. Now we are below that. I'd put it down here 108.500. Or above, we can see the yellow path was right here. I'd put 109.150. So we'll start off slow and then we get build up some speed. If you guys are new to watching my live stream, welcome. First of all, the camera, I'm on my backup camera right now, so that's why the angle is a little weird. I have been in the trading world for 25 years. Had my Series 7 to work as a broker, left because that was 25 years ago. I was very young and did not want to be tied to an office. Thank God, because I don't like being tied to an office. All right, 25.82.50 right there. And let's go here, 25.58. All right, and negative 25.57.50. There we go. You can see that was pretty strong there. 25.57.50 and 25.82.50 for Ethereum. Let's go to XRP. So if you guys have if you have any stock you want me to check out, you'd like me to give you my opinion on, I'd be happy to do that. I have to get my kiddos off to camp for the first day at a new camp, so I gotta kind of figure out too where I'm going. So busy mom as always. $2.255 for a lower bound and 2.295 for an upper bound for XRP. Let's go to Doge. Doge hitting the 33 exponential sell-off zone there. We are below a lot of the big money levels. I think I'm going to have to start taking off the January level, or maybe I take off the March level. I'm going to have to look at that. All right, let's go 0.17. Let's actually bring it all the way up here. 0.1745. 0.1745 or down below over here. 0.1695. So 0.1695 and 0.17450. Boom. Okay, Solana. Solana, a lot of selling wicks. We can see that they look like they're positioning for a bigger move. Maybe the algos are battling. Big money is between 151.19 and 152.65. So let's bring it up here, 153.20. And over here, 151. 151, 153, 220. And it's super weird because my software will register the computer camera on my laptop, but it will not register the USB one. And then when I go to do a diagnostic of the camera shows up fine. So it's some interface between the camera and the software. Anyways, okay, enough about that. So you can see really they sold up here earlier, roughly 37.34. So let's put up 37.40 or below. And pull this up here, below 36.60 for Rocket Lab. 36.60 and 37.40. All right, let's go here. Let's do short volumes to see if we're going to have any short squeezes. And I'm going to have to double check my YouTube because I'm not sure that it says excellent connection, but it's not really showing on my end that it's streaming. So I hope you all can see it. If there's people on YouTube, I'd love a comment. Just let me know that it's all working okay for you. 0.36, I see there are some people there, so that would be awesome if you don't mind. All right, RGC looks like a potential short squeeze, 0.62%, 62% short overnight. Circle, 52% short overnight. So anything above 50% means that there were still people holding short. So that could create a big squeeze pop at open. Doesn't mean for sure, but it could. So that's why I look at those just to say, hey, this could create a nice little squeeze opportunity. So Rocket Lab, not really a squeeze opportunity. RGC, potential, yes. I should set it up so that it's like above 60, it says yes, and then, or above 50, it says yes, 50 or below, no. All right, let's put up here $28 or below 24, I go 24.50. I can go 24.50. I feel like that's a Price is Right game. Hey Terry, BNMR, you got it. Bravo Mike, November Romeo. All right, 24.50 and 28 now. It's bright yellow because that is a caution. Oh my goodness, it's already 8:16. I gotta stop chit-chatting and get through these. All right, map it out. Let's see, we can go 194 here. 194.88 is a potential stop. You could wait until 195. Let's put it because there might be a lot of people watching that are not really aware to get out after 88 cents. 195 and 191.50. If you wanted to potentially short that. 191.50, 195, boom, APG. All right, let's build some steam here. APG moving very quickly today, very low float. Big money levels are, all right. So big money level 56.96 on the intraday. 70% is down here, 51.86. So if you are going against it, you might get walloped, but you could try a short potentially below 54 or a long up above 62.50. It is lower float, so again, please be extra cautious. They can be life-changing in a great way or in a bad way. All right, let's go to SBET. All right, SBET looks primed. I love that. It's getting, looks like it really wants to pop up to 16.28. All right, 13. Let's do 13.60. Big money's at 13.47. Below over here, 13.20. 13.20, 13.60. Boom. All right, let's go to Nvda. Inside candle day might be boring. Maybe it's going to come back down here. You can see we sort of have a rectangle right here. This is what I'm seeing. I see that. So maybe it's at the upper bound test and it's going to come back down over here to 155.40. All right. So for now, potential long trade up above 158.50 or short trade potentially below 158. All right, let's go to Tesla. Tesla hit the 33 and dropped Also hit a trend line and dropped. Great day on Thursday. All right. I've got some friends. Oh yeah, they are Tesla owners. So you think Tesla's going up right now? No, I don't. Long term, as long as it doesn't go below 285, yeah, we could go back up. 293, 298. All right, let's go to Rigetti. All right, so big money is down below at 1306. We could put this down here at 1295 or above 13. There's not a lot of really good areas here. I'd say you have to really put it up like up above. Look at the very like 1380. I'm going all the way to 1380. That's a big move, but if it can get there, you're going to see a bigger move to the upside. Right now it's in the downward motion this morning. So 1295 and 13. You can do 1362. I'll pull it back a little bit. There's a nice little opportunity there. This is 12 cents. It's not that much, but 1%. We'll put it down to 1339, 1% there. It's in a 15-cent move spot at the moment. Why is it doing that? I got computer gremlins. 1339. Okay, let's go to hood. Something seems to always happen to my computer after I go to my mother's house. It gets messed up. Must be some things going on with her satellite software. All right, 93 and 93.80 for hood. All right, let's go to Webull. All right, Webull up above 1320 or below 1280. Yeah, 1280. All right, and let's look at the indexes. First we'll do COGT. Quick. COGT looks like super low float over here. Nope, 94 million. Right now, big money is at 877. I would say if it goes below 850 or above 9, I'd use those 50-cent markers there. All right, Bravo Mike November Romeo for Terry. This is 1.3 million. Super crazy low float. Terry, what are you doing? All right, we could go up here, 122. Big money's at 117. Look at how they brought it right down here to this Camarilla. I'd say 105.50. If it goes below there, next stop, potentially 103, 102, 100, 98. But below that, you got a nice big gap down to 76. Could be really messy. It looks like it might be on the downward move. If we happen to throw on a Camarilla over here, 52.85. But right now they're at 117.99. All right, let's go Dow quick. Dow topping out, testing the top right there. Big money is below us. 448.50. And below 447.79. 447.79. 448.50. All right, so you can see we are above 2 of the prior, and for present for July, That's right. Let me go here. We are above as well. So these, just for fun, we're going to make these green for now because, there we go. I'll just put it like that so I know that I have to work on them. Okay, so they're green above everything. So for the Russell, big money level for the Russell, it's hanging out at 222.13. Let's go below 222 or above 222.40. 222.40. All right, let's go the Qs. All right, the Qs right over here. All right, put up above. All right, 555.11, 12, 555.12 or below the 200 exponential at 553.80. And the SPY. All right, SPY, not as strong as the Dow, which was testing the top over here, but we can see the top would be roughly 625. We could put it pivot above pivot. Do I want to say 80? Let's do 625 there. That gives you a nice 69 cents or below. Big money is right here. If we do 50, that gives you 20 cents. Let's do 623 and 625. All right, so that is going to be it for today. Going to work on the camera angle because my one up here is not working, so I'm going to troubleshoot on software on that. Hope you all have an amazing trading day. Carpe profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time. And check out my website, carpeprofit.com, where there's a nice ebook at the bottom all about how to set this up for yourself. Learn how to do it. It's 11 bucks and very easy and a helpful tool. Have an amazing trading day. Don't just have a good day.